This is Jonathan Turley, a liberal, not a leftist, a liberal. For those of us who have been critical, he's a professor of law, George Washington. For those of us who have been critical of the growing anti-free speech movement in the Democratic Party, the Biden transition team just took an ominous turn. The New York Post reports that Biden tapped Richard Stengel to take the, quote, team lead, quote, unquote, position on the U.S. Agency for Global Media, including Voice of America, the Middle East Broadcasting Networks, and Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. As I previously addressed, the column, Stengel has been one of the most controversial figures, calling for censorship and speech controls. For a president-elect who just called for everyone to hear each other, he picked a top aide who wants to silence many. Since it would be difficult to select a more anti-free speech figure to address government media policy, one has to assume that Biden will continue the onslaught against the core freedom as president. This is not the first Biden aide to indicate a crackdown on free speech in the new administration, and Biden himself has called for greater censorship on the internet. Last year, Stengel wrote a chilling Washington Post op-ed that denounced free speech as a threat to social and political harmony. Like a number of liberal and Democratic figures, Stengel struggled to convince readers that what they need is less freedom. Quote, all speech is not equal, and where truth cannot drive out lies, we must add new guardrails. I'm all for protecting thought that we hate, but not speech that incites hate. That's their new line. So if you differ with the left, you incite hate. I do. I incite hate of the left. I admit it. I'm proud to say that. The left is the most destructive force in America and the West. There is nothing close. Nothing. People don't want to hear it because it upsets their emotional apple cart. Wow, that's who he appointed.